Former President Donald Trump is making design plans for the White House. Recent reports indicate he has been shopping for marble to renovate or enhance a ballroom space within the historic residence. This development has drawn attention from both political observers and those interested in presidential traditions surrounding the executive mansion. The White House has served as both the official residence and workplace of U.S. presidents since 1800. Over the centuries, each administration has left its mark on the building through various renovations, restorations, and design choices. These changes often reflect the personal tastes of the sitting president and first family, while also balancing the need to preserve the building's historical significance. According to recent reports, Trump has been reviewing marble samples and consulting with designers about potential updates to ballroom spaces within the White House complex. The East Room, which is the largest room in the White House, has historically served as a venue for receptions, ceremonies, and other formal gatherings. Public records show that various presidents have made modifications to entertainment and ceremonial spaces throughout the building's history. Presidential transitions typically involve some level of redecoration or renovation. These changes can range from simple cosmetic updates like new paint or drapery to more substantial architectural modifications. The process generally involves coordination with the White House Historical Association, the Committee for the Preservation of the White House, and other relevant organizations that help maintain the building's historical integrity. Design experts note that marble has been a traditional material in White House interior since the building's early years. The state floor, which includes the formal public rooms, features various types of marble in its construction and decoration. Any new additions would need to complement existing architectural elements while meeting modern building codes and accessibility standards. Official statements have not provided specific details about the scope or timeline of any proposed renovations. The White House Chief Usher's office typically oversees physical changes to the building, working closely with the first family's preferences and the building's curatorial staff. Previous administrations have undertaken both minor and major renovation projects, sometimes addressing structural needs alongside aesthetic updates. Analysts note that presidential interest in White House design is not unusual. First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy famously led a comprehensive restoration project in the early 1960s. The Truman administration oversaw a complete structural renovation in the late 1940s and early 1950s. More recently, various presidents have made updates to private family quarters, offices, and public spaces within the residence. The process of selecting materials for White House renovations typically involves careful consideration of historical appropriateness, durability, and craftsmanship. The White House curator maintains extensive records of the building's architectural history and works to ensure that any changes respect its status as both a working government building and a national historic landmark. Public interest in White House design choices reflects broader curiosity about how presidents personalize their living and working environment. These decisions can spark conversations about presidential style, historical preservation, and the balance between tradition and modernization in government spaces. Reports indicate that marble selection involves evaluating factors such as color, veining patterns, durability, and source location. American marble quarries have historically supplied materials for government buildings, though international sources are also sometimes considered for specific design requirements. Why does this matter to the public? The White House belongs to the American people and serves as a symbol of the presidency and the nation. Changes to the building generate interest because they reflect how each administration interprets its role as temporary stewards of this historic property. Additionally, any renovations using federal funds become part of public spending discussions and transparency expectations. The White House has undergone numerous transformations since its construction. From the rebuilding after the War of 1812 to the addition of the West Wing and later the Oval Office, the building has evolved while maintaining its core identity. Each modification becomes part of the structure's layered history. As this story develops, observers will be watching to see what specific plans emerge, how they will be funded, and what timeline might be involved. Presidential design choices often generate diverse reactions, with some viewing them as appropriate personalization and others preferring minimal changes to historic spaces. The White House continues to function as both home and office for the president, hosting thousands of visitors, staff members, and official guests each year. Any design updates must account for these multiple uses while preserving the building's Role as a living museum of American history and governance.